Hello, family. I hope that you're doing well. Today I'm in November of 2023, and I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, but I'm going to make it just to get it ready. I wanted to share a video with you. I don't keep a lot of vlogs. Sometimes I just don't even think about it, don't have the energy for it. But I wanted to tell you, like I said, I'm going to open the curtain of life, what life looks like. So I'm going to take you back to April 2022. I'm going to lessen the car thingy. April 2022. And I remember making the video that I'm going to show you next. And in this video, I talk about what a difference 1 year makes. And I want you to pay attention, but I'm going to give you some context, okay? I think it was like in the middle of April, and he had been in Paris with Irma. Irma, remember, she's his goddaughter, okay? She took him to Paris, all expenses paid. And for full transparency, I knew about the trip prior, and I have to tell you, nothing clicked for me. I didn't suspect anything. I did not know that it was anything. It was just a trip to me. I'm really not, I was a jealous girlfriend when I was like in high school, but we're like adults. We don't need to do that, right? And when I get back, it's like, wait a second, Paris is Paris. Paris is Paris. Paris is the type of place that's your getaway. But anyhow, I take John and Jacob to the rodeo, and I was so excited because I've always wanted to go. And for all of you who don't know, don't judge me. I love me some country music. And I rock on with a merengue and salsa and reggae and then some country. And so I take the kids. We had a good time. So I'm not going to go into that situation because you're going to hear it. It's a short video and you're going to hear what happened. But you know what? I told you I was going to let you in on life. At that point, I was trying desperately to save my marriage. So in April 2022, I still believe that I'm a priestess. I still am married, right? I'm still wearing my wedding band. I'm still doing all of that stuff. And I'm hopeful because for those of you, depending on where you were born and how you were raised, for women, for Latina women especially, when you're with a man, it's through thick and thin, through everything. You're going to be with that man forever, especially if there are children involved. If there are children involved, holy hell, you're sticking with it no matter what. He could be whatever. You're going to stick by your man. And I'm like, you know what? We can always work through things. We've always worked through stuff, right? I can't be that horrible. He's not that horrible. No, ¿verdad? No way. I remember April of last year. We had a good time. I remember it was really dusty. We were there and they had the rodeo show and I was so excited. So I'm going to give you a little more context to something that you're going to see. That January? Yo no estoy segura. I think it was late January or early February. I go to Old Navy. And when I go to Old Navy, I finally get myself a pant size 6. And for me, that I'm a fat ass, I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever, right? And it's sunny. I'm trying to get away from the sun. And I go and I buy these pants. I could barely close them. Sorry, I'm getting some stuff on my screen. I can barely close my pants. Oh, they're nice and snug and they look good. And I'm like, oh my God, they actually close. Holy hell, hell's bells. This is great. So I put them on, and this is early in the year, and I'm so excited that I'm size 6 now, and this is great because I've been working out, I've been swimming, and I was going to the gym almost 4 to 5 days a week, and I'm so, so excited. And so very, very snug. I was very thrilled as a woman, right? The picture that you are about to see, it's going to be to the left of your screen. Those are those pants. And back, looking back, it's very painful to see, which is why I don't show that picture often. But I wanted you to see part of the journey. See, by the time you guys got to see the first video, it's October. At that point, ya yo estoy más llenita. I've recuperated a little bit of the weight back. At that point in April, I remember it was very bad and I was very, very sick. Just think about it. My husband has asked me for a divorce. I'm trying desperately to save my marriage. He, at that point, did not believe in any therapy, which I found out later on. He went, and according to his new therapist, I'm the abusive person in this relationship. And it was shocking. And you know what's more shocking? That I believed it. I believed it. I really thought I was wrong. I really thought that it was my fault. I thought everything was wrong in this relationship. And I'm like, oh my God, I did fuck up. I am an asshole. I'm the worst bitch ever. He's right. I am a bitch and nobody likes me and nobody should like me. And I'm feeling this way. And at that point, I remember when I go to the doctor right before that picture was taken, the one to the left, my doctor's freaking out. He's looking at me and he's like, where's the rest of you? And I wouldn't even answer. I had no energy. I was very lethargic. I wasn't doing well. You know what? I wasn't going to tell the story, but now I'm going to tell you. I was losing at that point a pound a day because I couldn't eat. Not that I didn't want to. I wanted to eat. I was hungry. I'm a Venezolana. We eat. We Latino people, we eat. And I couldn't. But I had to because I still had a full-time job. And I'm sad. I'm devastated. I am heartbroken. I'm thinking I'm the worst thing ever. I'm a piece of shit. And oh my God, it's my fault. I'm about to lose my marriage. I'm about to lose my everything. I don't know what's going to happen. So I want to put you back. So in April, at that point, I still haven't been kicked out of the egg bay yet. I did have the Council of Elders meeting. So understand, no one, with the exception of one person from the egg bay, was speaking to me. She went against the rules because she said if she is going through something health-wise, because remember, for my husband said it was a suspension, but then they turned it into a health sabbatical because apparently they're all graduates from, doctor of whatever. I was by myself. The only person I was talking to was my therapist, and I did that on purpose because it was confidential, and who the fuck was she going to tell? No one. Unless I was going to kill myself, which I wasn't. I wasn't feeling well. I was very sick, and I felt sick, and I still had to go to work, and I still had to pay the bills. Now, what you don't know is that in April, that is when he stops helping me with money, financially. So most of the time he would give me, I think it was $400. Sometimes he would give me a little more. And with those 400, apparently it was very much. And that's why he said that he gave me too much and that I abused him. I said, oh my God, maybe I did, And I had to foot all the bills. I was broke. Everything went to credit cards. There were bills that I was short on. I was stressed out mentally, emotionally, physically, and on top of that, I was not sleeping. I couldn't sleep, man. It was just everything. I felt like el mundo se me estaba cayendo. And I was so sad. Smile? That shit did not happen. Nope. There was not a single crack of a smile. There was not a single joke. There was nothing. I had nothing to smile about. There was nothing to be grateful for. And around that time, I make a call. All right, I'm just gonna say the story. I make a call to a friend of mine. I love you so much. You're gonna know who you are as soon as I tell the story. And I said, hey, I want to tell you I care about you. I don't want to die, but I think my body just can't resist anymore. I think I'm gonna die, and I think I'm gonna go. I don't want to die, but I think I'm going to die. I just want to tell you that you have been wonderful in my life, but I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go. I've already made arrangements. I remember calling my oldest son, Delvine, and I said, Delvine, if anything happens to mommy, this is the number you're gonna call, and this is what you're going to say. He's like, Mom, is everything okay? And me, because I'm a fucking stupid person, I said, no, honey, everything is fine. You know, Mom, she plans. I lied. I fibbed. And I um I hung up, and I remember leaving clues in the house. They were hidden clues, and they were supposed to be, in case I died, this is where you would go. Like, go here, you're going to find this paper. And when you went to that place, go here, you're going to find this other paper. I remember that. And I never, ever thought I would do that. I love life. I've always loved life. But at that time, my husband was not speaking to me at all. And I again, in full transparency, I'm the one who started not speaking to him. I was so angry with that circle of council of whatever the fuck elders. I was like, I can't fucking believe that this is my life. And I was not speaking to him. But then he became very, he would sing songs and he would whistle. The worst I looked and felt is the happiest that he was. And I am trying desperately, desperately to save whatever was left. And in my mind, because I am that way, I do have a growth mentality. You can fix anything under the sun. As long as you want to, there is a way. And I remember getting back home from the rodeo. Again, I'm not going to go into the bit of the story. I remember doing that. And he looked so excited. He looked so happy. He looked so satisfied. He looked so amazing to me. And I'm like, I feel like shit and a half. How could you be okay with this, with me being this way? And at that time, I realized I think my marriage is really over, but I had hope. And I'm going to talk about Mother's Day at another video. That's when I knew my marriage was absolutely over. It was on Mother's Day last year. That's when there was no turning back. And I said, you know what? I'm okay. If you don't want me, you don't have to keep me. And I would never want you to be with me if you do not want to be with me. But it took that long. I guess I'm an ass. I want to say, you know what, for those of you who are going through difficult times, trust in your spirituality. At that point in April, understand that I didn't think I had anybody in my cuadro espiritual. I had no eguns because my husband is the one who performed my one misa prior to Ocha with Irma. It was just them two, and she doesn't mount. And that's when I was told that I had no spirits. So all this time, I feel by myself on my own. No one is speaking to me. Remember, I'm on a sabbatical. Remember, health sabbatical, which is really a 6-month suspension. And Around this time is where someone approaches me. I'm not going to say who it is because I need to still hold on to this person. And this person works for a government agency. And she speaks to me. She goes, Miss Garcia, do you know what I do for a living? I said, you work? I'm an asshole. And she's like, of course I work, but do you know what I do? I said, no. Well, I work for this organization. Are you okay? I didn't know what to say because I was personally embarrassed that somebody noticed. But she's like, the way you have lost this weight, it's not normal and it's not healthy. Are you okay? And I had not spoken to anyone about this at this point, except at this time, at this junction, I think it was 3 people. One is because that's going to come out later. One is because they found out, and that was not by me. The other one is the call that I made, and there was a couple of conversations prior. The one that I said, I think I'm going to die. It's not that I want to, but I think I'm going to die. I don't think my body, I remember telling him, I think my body is going to give out. I just don't think I have it. I don't want to die, but I don't think I have anything left. I don't think I can do this anymore. And I love you so much. And she said, listen, we need to help you. This is not good. You're going to be okay. You think you're alone. You think you're the only one, but you're not. And the challenge with women who are in your type of predicament is that they don't talk. And I said, I stay quiet. And of course, now at this point, I have that assistance and that support, which I never had before. And this is where now I start understanding psychologically and physically what was going on with me and how, or maybe a baby step, because I couldn't really eat. At that point, I was eating once every other day. And it wasn't because I was trying to lose weight. I promise you I wasn't. It was because that's all I could tolerate. When you watch the end of the video, there are going to be 2 images. So the image to the left is the one from last year. The image to the right is the one of this year. My mom, when she sees me in May. When she sees me, my mom freaks the fuck out. Because you could see my pelvic bone. You could see all the bones in my back, the vertebrae. You could see that. This was completely out, and you could see my ribs. When she sees that, and she sees how my eyes were sunken in, my mom se faja a llorar. She cries. She goes, ¿Cómo es posible que mi hija? Like, how is it possible that my daughter, you're the one out of all her 2 daughters, I'm the one that was most full of life. And she looks at me and she goes, Ivoncita, that's how she calls me sometimes. Mijita, Ivoncita, you look like a skeleton. What the fuck? I had no choice but to tell my mother what happened. And my mom breaks. I remember my mom was about to ella sufre del corazón. Oh, I keep forgetting. One of these days, see the mic. And my mom calls him and she confronts him and he lied to her. Oh no, I never raised my hand to her. Oh no, I never did that to her. Oh no, I never did. I never talk bad about you. I never told her this. I never whatever. And I'm looking at mom and I'm looking at the phone and I'm like, what the fuck? And my mom hung up and she goes, I don't feel well, but I know you're not lying to me. To go through this experience, I'm going to tell everybody, never stay quiet. Get help quickly because you don't want to end up the way I almost did. I really thought I was going to lose my life. And like I said, I didn't want to share this part of my life. I wanted to just keep it on I got no OCHA and this is my road to OCHA. Pero no me dejaron otra. And now I'm going to talk because I think it's time. And in just 24 hours, holy fucking hell's bells, people have come out with stories that I'm like, I thought I was by myself on this. No. We need to support people. I'm not saying shit like this doesn't happen to men. It does. But what I'm saying is we need to support the ladies in our lives because you don't know what sometimes they are put through in the name of religion and in the name of relationships and love. So listen, I am supposed to be doing some stuff, like work. And I took a break because it was heavy on my mind. And I think it's time that we all really support each other and try to ask questions to understand. This has been a journey. And I think as I start uncovering the curtain, you're going to see not an easy journey at that. It's not just about inner self-growth, but also an example for my children. One is what not to do with the woman of your life. Two, how to treat the mother of your children, or how not to. And three, how to be a better man. I don't have balls, I don't have a dick, but I do know how a woman should be treated. By my example, it's everything that was not done with me. Now, please watch this video. Share with me your comments and your stories. I think that this is much more than I love Arisha, I love Egon, and I'm living up to Iwapele. Everything in your life revolves around spirituality. But if that aspect, you're really not authentic and genuine, you're going to fuck yourself up and you're going to fuck up those around you. Now I'm going to put this tidbit in there. What was shocking to me, I would let out little things every now and then. And my favorite comment to say is, well, you don't know what happens when you leave. And in our Egbe, I'm not there anymore, but for this conversation, right? There's a woman who is a domestic abuse survivor. And funny, she didn't pick that up. Anyhow, this is where I'm at today. I don't think this video you're going to enjoy, but I hope that this will help to create more empathy, to ask probing questions. Sometimes a person is a certain way for a reason. And I think we need to also understand that you are you, other people are going to be the way that they are because they are the totality of all of the experiences that surround them. So, maferefung egon. Maferefung orumila. Maferefung bogborisha. Maferefung to all of my ancestors, to my cuadro espiritual, to other people's egons who have taken an interest in us. And I want you to know, you know what? Together, we are stronger. Bye. Hey, you guys. I just got home from the rodeo, and I am going to only share this video with you guys. What a difference a year makes. A year ago, at around this time, I think it was the 14th or something like that, is when the rodeo came into town. And it was the first time that I got to go because, he doesn't really like that kind of thing. And I got to go and I got to take the kids last year and we had a great time. And this year, of course, I couldn't take John Jr., but I was able to go with Jacob. And what a difference a year makes. All throughout the afternoon, especially after work ended, I was like, because last year when I went to the rodeo, it was very hard because that was the day that he returned from Paris. So I was not thrilled. As we were getting home from the rodeo, so was he. And it was very uncomfortable. And I want to show you the picture. The picture. When my mom saw that picture, I remember she began to cry. She had never seen me so slender. And it wasn't like a healthy slender. And now, even though I don't weigh as little as I did then, because in that picture, I remember I was about 137 pounds. I'm 5'7". I need to have a little more weight. And I remember, I think it was yesterday I weighed myself. It was 160.7. My doctor's thrilled. But what a difference. It was just all different. And I'm very grateful. So I'm going to go to bed because I got to pack and wait till I tell you all and with the maneuvers that I had to do in order to get in and out of the bleachers. It was crazy and I had a great time. Anyway, I wanted to tell you all that I love you so much, so much. Y'all don't even know.